Hello, I'm Simon Christie and welcome to this week's 4-Wheel Drive TV. Now we've got a big one for the Victorians. We've got Readies 4x4 Mania, a fantastic winch challenge hardcore event. We've also got a big story on LED lighting and plenty more. This is 4-Wheel Drive TV. I hope you enjoy it. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard.
I'm Clint from Readies 4x4. We had an awesome event this weekend at Readies 4x4 Mania. Thanks to our major sponsors, Roadrunner Off-Road. Without them, we wouldn't have made this possible. Great event, run over 3 days. We started off Friday night with some stages out on the rally track. Also did a short course out in the open creek country out there, which was really a good bit of fun. I said we'd finish at 10:30 at night, and for once we actually finished. It was great. So we all come back to the fire and had a few beers. For the Saturday morning, we did another 4 SSs, which end up being just short links to a big mega stage that we had on Sunday. So them stages went good. We didn't have a single rollover all day, which is good for one. We had about 10 road registered teams in there as well, which was really good, and they enjoyed the tracks and not too many killed their cars. So it was great getting them out there. They didn't have to have a roll cage or anything like that, so we just sent them down some fairly easy tracks, and they had a ball out there.
Hey, I'm Tyler from Team Patrol Apart. We're here racing at Readies 4-Wheel Drive Mania this weekend, filling in for Team Bitters, number 2. We've had a great weekend. The stages have been basically all creek-based. A lot of in and outs, lots of tight, steep stuff. Some very sketchy moments, but that's all part of the fun. Working out where the limits of your car are is half of the sport. It's really good to come out to a place like this. Clint Reed helps out with. You know, you can just race and enjoy it. You get a large crowd out here, which is always good for the sport. Keeps it going. It's just a good place.
We're a little stuck here. I can't hear my navvy, so I expect the phone to ring any minute.
Hi, I'm Adrian from Nava, and today I want to talk about LED lighting. Whether it's LED bars or LED work lamps, the growth of LED has been massive in the last couple of years. LED lighting offers an amazing number of advantages over standard globes and conventional lighting, and it really is the future of lighting. LED by nature is solid state. That means it's got no moving parts or parts that can break and makes it incredibly resistant to vibration and shock. LED compared to conventional lighting also produces a brighter, wider light closer to that of daylight. In some instances, it's even whiter than HID lights. This light is more comfortable to work with over long periods of time, and that means less eye fatigue and safer driving or work conditions. LED also has an incredibly low current draw. A typical size work lamp would draw less than 1 amp. LED lighting is compact, and because of the variety of shapes and sizes of LED lamps, they can be suited to any application. While LED lighting has made some amazing advances in the last 2 years, at this stage, for sheer distance, you still need quality driving lights. But the future of LED lighting is bright, and it's rapidly catching up. LED has a remarkably long life of about 100,000 hours. That reduces the need to maintain and replace globes when they blow. That means you never have to worry about replacing blown globes again. Now, there are a flood of LED lights on the market at the moment, but believe me, they are not all equal. Some things to look for are quality construction of the lamp, also a polycarbonate lens that's impact resistant, and a minimum of an IP66 rating. That means it's resistant to water and dust ingress and will protect the internal electronics of the LED. This is all important because while you've got long life LEDs, if the housing or the lens breaks and water gets in, it can damage your electronics. So look for a good quality lamp that's well made and is backed by a long warranty. This will mean that they're tough enough for the harshest of off-road driving, and you'll get the most out of your LED lighting. LED lighting is more expensive, but you're getting an accessory that lasts longer and performs better. I'm Adrian from Nava. Understand lighting technologies and get the right lamp for your needs.
Half of the hardest thing with this event, which you can tell from the noise behind us, is actually the camping area. The camping area was probably an SS stage in itself. We had a fair bit of rain on the Friday and this camp area has just turned to poo, and we've got people bogged everywhere. I just told them to come in and park their car and get it out Sunday when we leave, so it's been a really good effort for the boys just to get in and out of camp every day. The classes we had this time was road registered Pro, then road reg extreme, which they were allowed to have 24 volt. Then we had Winch Challenge Pro, which was more the Winch Challenge boys that have just entered and haven't raced much before, just to give them a chance to podium. And we also had Extreme Winch Challenge, which was the blokes that race all the time with the high-speed cars and great shocks and V8 motors. We also had my own Readies 4x4 motorsports team out there.
G'day, I'm Shane from Macedon Rangers 4x4. We're down at Readies 4x4 Mania. Just finished the last stage. A very wet and muddy weekend. A bit of winching involved, just over behind us actually, which pulled us up for a while, but all part of the fun. dried out a lot more today and plenty of sunshine, which has been fantastic. It's been a fantastic weekend. The guys do a great job to set all this up. It's close and handy for us. It's only an hour up the road and it sort of caters for all vehicles and capabilities, I think. So looking forward to the next one.
Viewers are constantly asking me what the differences are between the Colorado and Colorado 7 that we use on our shows. This is our LTZ Colorado Crew Cab Ute, and this is our LTZ Colorado 7, simply named because of its ability to carry 7 passengers. Apart from the obvious of one being a wagon and the other a ute, the core differences are the rear chassis and suspension. From the B-pillar forward, the two vehicles are virtually identical in all respects. Underneath though, and back past the transfer case, we see the main differences. The ute runs the typical load-carrying leaf spring setup, whilst the C7 sports a smart 5-link coil suspension that improves comfort and 4x4 ability. Either way, we have found both rigs to be ideal purpose-built machines for our needs, and like any capable four-wheel drive, they've taken us to some amazing places.
Saturday night, we raced around in the arena. We had some mud races out there. We had some demo derby cars that really couldn't get traction, and we spent most of the night pushing them out. That's all a bit of fun. We had some quad bikes out there. They were showing their stuff up around the racetrack, and really good. It was really good to see them. Actually, yeah, quite enjoyable to watch. We also ran the winch challenge cars and the road reg cars around the track as well, just to keep the crowd entertained for about 3 hours there. So they worked out pretty good. This weekend, the drivers have come in and paid $100 each to a donation. We let them pick their own charity, kids' charity they could donate to. They just had to bring us a receipt. And we ended up raising $4,700 to Children's Charity. we took $3,000 just for the representatives of the Koala Club. So they were rapt to come down and make $3 grand for their charity. So they were really happy with what went on there.
My name's Joseph. I live in Broadmeadows. I've got a 96 RB30 GQ Patrol. It's got an X-Rock style comp bar. It's got a 2-inch lift with 32-inch mud tyres. Future mods will be rock sliders, snorkel, rear bar, front and rear lockers. And that's it. We take it out in Tullarook and Mount Disappointment. Would like to go to high country, but yeah, that's in the future.
For information on how to be one of the lucky Your Rig winners, keep an eye on the 4 Wheel Drive TV Facebook page for updates. And each weekly winner takes home a copy of Blitz magazine, a copy of Wild Deer and Hunting Adventures magazines, an electric blue span set snatch strap, a Manel Motors stubby holder, a litre of emergency gear oil thanks to 360 gearboxes, a stubby of Bundaberg ginger beer, an Any-Sharp knife sharpener thanks to Kiesler, a set of the stronger than standard expander pegs, a 12-volt small device solar charger thanks to Roller Solar, a Mean Mother recovery strap and drying bag, a copy of Bow Hunter magazine, one of the new Nava pocket LED lights, a Nava Palm LED light, a DP chip stubby holder, a DP chip diesel power hat, a bottle of responsive additive thanks to Responsive Engineering, a pair of 4 Wheel Drive TV stickers, an ARB 4B and Ariel drink bottle, an ARB LED headlamp, a pair of handheld UHF radios in the Oricom UHF tradie pack, a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's dipping, basting and marinating sauce. And it's all neatly packaged up in an ARB cargo gear carry bag.
And I'd just like to thank Simon and Miranda for bringing us out today. Thanks for the prize pack and thanks for the great day. Thanks, guys.
We fitted on the Superior Engineering Superflex Swaybar assembly front and rear. Keeping in mind, this doesn't have disconnects anymore. These sway bars are fully connected. Now for this video demonstration, we've left the shock absorbers off. So we're going to get a really big amount of flex here. Normally you wouldn't do this, you'd have actually shock absorbers in. So we're just going to do this to show you really how much you're going to get out of this in flex. What we'll do, we'll bring the forklift in, we'll lift up the back corner, we'll get this thing to twist up and we'll get a couple of measurements. You want to come in, Luke? Big arm. Is that it? Go down a little bit. Up. Okay, so we've got it up to the height where the wheel was almost off the ground. So we're at 1550 there now, it's getting up there. Go around the back corner. If you can come around here and just have a look at this sway bar, you'll get a bit more of an understanding of what we're talking about before. As you can see now, that sway bar, because it's so long, it's a lot more horizontal. It's basically almost following the same angle as a lower control arm, whereas a factory sway bar would have been up like that. With no shock absorbers, the sway bar would have been basically going almost straight up and down, and that would have really been limiting the down travel. So you can see it's a huge difference. So we've got Swaybars still fully connected both ends. Okay, so I've got my measurements. What I'll do now, I'll go inside, we'll put these measurements into the computer, we'll pull up the graph and then we'll go in and have a look. Do you want to bring that down? Just before we're going to put this car down, I thought we'd show the viewers a big benefit with these sort of sway bars. If you can get that on camera there, you'd notice these sway bars, because they're a lot longer here now, they're actually hardly twisting. If you were to look at a factory sway bar, because they're so short, they'd be really twisting up, opposing each other, and that really strains the sway bar. These, even though they're a bigger sway bar, they're heavier, they're longer, they're not getting stressed as much as these little standard OE ones, but you're getting as good off-road cornering ability and all that running these, so it's great, but you just got the additional flex. You could probably even see it on the rear if you might be able to get a camera in there to have a look at that as well. Okay, so we've done a graph up for the viewers to have a look, so we'll go in now and we'll have a look at that. So we've got Greg here on the computer. He's been doing the data here in the background while we're doing the work out there in the workshop. He's knocked together this nice little graph to make it a bit more understanding. So what we've basically got on the front, we've got OE sway bars when they were fitted. Greg showing the front flex, the rear flex, and then the total flex front and rear. So as you can see, he's basically plotted those in to give you a starting point. And obviously the one that you would expect the most, which is green. Single Superflex arm, no sway bars, and you would expect that's where it's got to be the maximum flex, and that's what it is. And we're not trying to dispute that in any way. We're just trying to show that a series of different things you can do will give you a different amount of flex. So what we're showing here is you can fit a Superior Engineering Superflex sway bar assembly on it and just be a little bit behind in flex, but you can have great road manners. If you want any more information on these great products, jump on 4 Wheel Drive TV's website for more information.
How you going? My name's Ryan and I'm car number 1 of Essential Off-Road down at Readies Mania. Utes TD42, it's got a 18G and a 12mm pump, front mount intercooler, twin locked 37s, sticky traps. Went really well this weekend. This weekend we've had a couple of first timings, a couple of second places, pretty good ranks so far I think. Haven't got the scores yet, but it's looking pretty good. I'd like to thank Dan and Borders and DT at Essential Off-Road for all the help getting the car ready. Heath Smith, at Facebook him for being an ultimate navvy. Didn't really have to do too much this weekend, unfortunately. Ryan Thorne and Paul Edwards being good teammates, apart from their Bluetooth issues with their headsets, but that's all right. Nah, I probably won't race again. It's me daily, so it might get put away into the shed for a while, I think, until the missus lets me bring it out again. I'd like to thank Clint Reed for organising a good event, nice and boggy, and the weather was really cold last night. Apart from that, it was all right. It was good to be out.
Well, viewers, thank you very much for tuning in for another big episode of 4 Wheel Drive TV. Now make sure you're watching next week when we continue our coverage of the Readies 4x4 Mania. I'm Simon Christie. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard. I'll see you next week.